Hello and welcome back to the Not Your Average Videos channel. Today we're going to be talking about Disney parks. Again, more specifically, Walt Disney World. So I was in the parks recently. I was waiting in line. I was thinking to myself, what if a fifth park would open? And what effect would it have on the crowd specifically? But I did think of the other reasons too, and I'm going to share those thoughts with you. Before I start, I must say that there are currently no plans for a fifth park in Florida, and there aren't any rumors really at the moment of it. I do, however, believe after Universal opens their third park, depending on its success, we will see what Disney's hand is to counter that park, because it is a major battle of who is the best resort in the public opinion in Orlando. But I do believe most likely their counter will be more expansions to their park akin to Galaxy's Edge and Pandora, stuff like that, to bolster their title as the best resort in all of Orlando. Now let's talk about the basics. In basic terms, that a fifth of the guests from each park would go into the new park. Meaning 4/5 would remain. Meaning it'd be a fifth less crowded. The wait times would be a fifth less. Now, this isn't an accurate or hard and fast result that would happen, since each park holds a different amount of guests due to whether that be the size of the park physically, like how small Hollywood Studios is, the fact that it's half under construction. It has less guests in it at the moment, so those guests are choosing to go to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot. So, the number isn't truly accurate, but to theorize about what would happen if there was a fifth park open, we can use this number of a fifth drop. So, theoretically, if the crowds are down 1/5, the line should, by convention, go down at the same rate. So when I looked at the wait times, it was about 6 in the evening on a Sunday. Looking at the wait times for Magic Kingdom, Mine Train would go from 80-minute wait to 65-minute wait. Peter Pan, the next most crowded line normally, would go from 60 minutes to 50 minutes. And surprisingly, Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion become basically walk-on rides. Now, the difference in time may not seem that big, like 60 to 50 minutes. Oh, big deal. You saved me 10 minutes. But if you add that up with the Mine Train, that's 25 minutes of time you have in the park more that you're not waiting in line. You can put that 25 minutes into, say, instead of getting quick service for dinner, go and sit down at a table service restaurant. Or do an attraction you normally do. Carousel Progress, your Tiki Room, and the People Mover. Things people don't do often because there's only a certain amount of time in the parks. Also would affect is if you've ever walked in a Disney park, especially the main areas, especially Main Street at Magic Kingdom and the area in Adventureland where the Aladdin's Flying Carpets are. It's very narrow. People get packed in there, and if you have a fifth less of the people, it's not as packed in. So you could possibly walk through Adventureland without feeling like you are shoved in there like a sardine. Now we gotta talk about the negatives. There could be a negative effect of a fifth park, but kind of. Now, if there's a fifth park and you want to do all fifth parks, maybe you don't come that often, you want to get your parks in while you're there. Depending on what resort you're staying at, especially if you're staying on property, it could be upwards of $1,000 more on your vacation just trying to get that extra night or 2 nights, depending on where you're staying. Now, you're still getting another park for those days. So these price increases come with a very valuable commodity, which is that fifth park. Now, ticket prices, not the per day ticket, like if you're not just driving to Magic Kingdom, go to Magic Kingdom, paying at the gate, those wouldn't raise, but the packages would raise. And the price per day, and based on that, so the current offer for Florida residents is $49 per day for 4 parks, which adds up to $195. That's 4 parks. Get you into each park once, that's no hopper, no add-on, nothing. Now, if you take that same price and apply it to 5 parks, your package now costs $245. Though, due to the fact the difference in a current 3-day ticket and 4-day ticket is only $20. Imagine for 5 parks, a 5-day ticket would probably be closer around to $220. Now, it's just an estimate based on the fact they don't want to charge the same amount per day because it's a value ticket, so each day you add lessens the price per day. Now, it could be $245, and as I'll mention in a minute, when this fifth park, if this fifth park were to open, the package prices would be significantly more than $245, just so they could capitalize on that initial rush, try to keep more of an equal balance throughout the parks. Now, these changes I talked about wouldn't happen right away, as these are changes that would happen as there becomes an equilibrium across the parks, as the novelty wears off and the crowds spread back out throughout the parks in a more equal manner. Now, it won't be precisely equal because, as we stated before, some parks draw more guests than others, some hold more guests than others. Now, assuming that this park would open in the future, say after 2025, so we're way clear of Galaxy Edge and things have returned back to a balance from Galaxy's Edge, because when Galaxy's Edge opens, there's going to be huge rushes to Hollywood Studios for a while. It'll see a boost in attendance, and the other parks will drop. Not much, but a little bit. So once that's back to a balance, or as close to a balance as it ever was, and you open that fifth park, what happens immediately after that? My guess would be parks, especially Animal Kingdom, the other parks, especially Animal Kingdom and Epcot, would drop significantly in attendance. Now, Magic Kingdom, being the prestige of the Magic Kingdom, would not. And since Hollywood Studios has Star Wars, it would not drop as bad either. And that's assuming that neither of those parks change massively between now and the theoretical date in the future. Now, some of these effects could be longer lasting, and assuming Animal Kingdom gets no major expansion between now and this non-existent date in the future, that this theoretical date that this park opens, that Animal Kingdom could see a sustained drop in attendance, where you see, for a while after, a drop bigger than a fifth. And it could become a park where it's good for people who don't want to be in the crowd. Like, recently with the Hollywood Studios, it's not massively crowded. Before Toy Story Land opened, of course, Toy Story Land has drawn people in, and it gets really crowded in a certain section of the park, while other sections of the park remain pretty crowd light. For Disney, relatively for Disney. Now, that's all guesses. Everything I've said is guesses, and everything I'm going to say in the next video will be guesses. But one thing for certain is that a fifth park would be a welcome addition. Well, at least in the long run. Now, part 2 of this video will be coming out real soon, where I talk about what a fifth park's theming can be and how it could be arranged. Now, this is going to be the much more fun of a video for me to do. Now, depending on what side of Disney you're into, it could be less or great compared to this video. This video is kind of basic, straightforward, a little bit of math, a little bit of numbers, not too big, but we weren't really talking about the heart of Disney, which is storytelling. And the storytelling is big in every park, and it will always be big in parks, and that's what I'm definitely looking forward to talking about. The next video is just thinking about the possibilities of what a fifth park could bring to Walt Disney World, because they've got a wide range of theming where it would be hard to fit a fifth park in, but there's definitely some places where it could fit. Thank you for watching. Please, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment something, your opinions on what a fifth park would do to a crowd. And if you really liked the video and you checked out a couple more of my videos on this channel, they seem kind of eclectic. It's just a fun for channel. It's something I do for fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy making these videos. And if you want to support that, please hit the subscribe button. It would help me a lot. And I'd definitely notice it if it happened. And I'll give you one more thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.